Ben, what did you think of the Crazy Puffs? What are they called? From Little Caesars.
A little greasy, delightful.
That's how you start the show.
They were so good. I want
Yeah.
a box right now. That sounds so good.
I got them. So Lindsay's sick, so I was bringing home some pizza, so the kids could just eat and go to this play they were going to go to. So I was just gonna get pizza, some crazy bread, and I saw the puffs, and I'd heard about the puffs, and I ordered some. And I ate the whole box on the way home. Mm-hmm. So I never told my kids that I ordered the puffs.
I've done that.
That was just
I've done
for
that.
me.
Wow. Okay. Well, welcome to the Darwin Awards podcast, everyone. We also do food reviews. So if you haven't tried the new puffs from Little Caesars or the new Cantina menu at the Taco Bell, then you're really missing out.
Well, for the people in Australia, Little Caesars is a pizza store. I don't know if they know that.
Okay, roughly.
Adam.
I mean,
They know that.
roughly pizza.
It
Quote,
is.
pizza.
You be quiet.
Don't act like it's like not your favorite place to go.
It's
Almost.
good.
It's a place where they make pizza, but they never cut it. It's just a giant pie.
And
That's
it
all you have
could
to deal
either
with.
be
And it's cheap.
super fresh or 30 minutes old.
Yes. And we had super fresh last time, Joe. It was delicious.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
okay, so Adam and Greg were both commenting like, this is the best Little Caesars I've ever had. They
It
kept
wasn't good.
saying it.
No, it just came out of the oven. That's all.
Okay.
Now you have a limited time to eat it before you stick it in the fridge and eat it tomorrow.
All right, well, this is episode 203 of the Darwin... 203? I don't know. 203 of the Darwin Awards podcast, and let's go over our stories from last week. We had the... Ben, did you listen last week, by the way? Because you weren't on the show.
No, I haven't listened to the past 2 weeks. I haven't been on for 2 weeks.
Okay,
we didn't say anything about you at all. Don't worry.
No.
Well, I will be listening probably tonight, so I'll find out later what stupid things you said about me.
The last story was a man who was stabbed by Buddha. That was a guy who went into a Buddhist temple and started assaulting the monks and climbed up onto a large Buddha statue and fell from it onto a Buddha statue, which stabbed him and died. It's a great story.
Mm-hmm.
We had a man retrieving keys from a
Sewer.
like a sewer who got trapped in the sewer. We had a lady retrieving AirPods when her hair got stuck in the machine that she was working on and killed her. And then we had the hot air balloon mishap. Now, we have an update to the hot air balloon mishap, right, Adam? You said there's an update to that story?
Yes, so recently a video was released of the man jumping out on his own will. Suicide. He jumped out of it.
Okay, well, luckily no one voted for that. And neither did we. We got 0 votes. The winner was the Buddha attacker. At
Yes.
almost 100% of the vote. Fantastic.
Good story.
If you'd like to vote, you can look us up on Spotify. You can go to our Patreon. You can vote there for free. No problem. But you can vote. Every single week we post a poll so that you can participate.
Do we give trophies?
No, but we do give boxes of random things to people.
That's right. I saw a recent image. I don't know how recent, because I don't check our text thread that often. You sent, what was that, a hodgepodge of movies and stuff? Or
Yes.
Adam, stop eating.
They're so good, these little stupid
You
Robin.
can't be eating on the
You know what
podcast.
these are?
I can tell when you're talking.
Oh,
I couldn't find
you be
it.
quiet. You be
We
quiet.
went shopping for those robin eggs yesterday, and we couldn't find any.
Yeah. I don't know what they are. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, what'd you send to this guy on his birthday? Dan, you sent some guy, a guy who left a review. He sent him something.
Just some assorted DVDs, all kinds of brand new ones, good ones. I hope you have a DVD player.
If someone leaves a 5-star review on any of our platforms this week, what will you send them?
Well, unfortunately, I think we did get some reviews, so.
Yeah, we got people keep leaving reviews because they want more. They want their package in the mail.
They want third-hand Amazon packages.
I've got all kinds of good things.
Should we move on or should we read some of the reviews? Come back to
Sure.
them after the break. All
No,
right,
you
read
can
them.
Let's
Go
read a few
for it.
reviews, and then we'll get into the stories.
Okay. Our newest review is from someone named Banana, and then 5 corn on the cob emojis.
You sure it's just not banana?
Well, the ends are capitalized, so it's banana. I don't know. And then
I don't know if that works in a speech inflection.
What does corn mean?
I don't know. Banana corn? I don't get it. She left 3 skull emojis, skull and crossbones emojis, 5 stars. And she said, this podcast is a very quotidian podcast.
Okay, I didn't know quotidian was a word, but it means you can quote. It's quotable,
No,
yes?
I think it means boring, my guess.
It
Does it mean
means
boring?
it's very like, it's nothing. It's very...
No, she's wrong. She's wrong. It's very quotable. We have very quotable things that we say all the time. All the time.
Hey, she said 5 stars. That's all we asked.
Wait,
we
how
asked
do you
for
know
5
it's a girl? Why are you labeling this
Banana. It seems like a nana.
That sounds like something my child would write. He's a boy, so I don't know.
All right, well, this is a great... Here's another one. This is from the Lucifer.
Is that like Lucifer?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
She said, this is my favorite... This is my must-listen to podcast. 5 stars. Here's what she said.
That was hard for you to read.
I love this
Those
podcast.
simple words.
I love this podcast. I love the hosts. Love their banter and their fun sense of humor. It reminds me of my 3 brothers, so it feels like home. The subject matter never ceases to amaze me. I love the stories from around the world, and their comments always make me laugh. This is the one podcast that I always have to I listen to before bed. Even if I've heard the episode, I go back and listen again. Such fun. And yes, I have an alarm for my water, too, just like me.
Is this our
love
sister?
You guys.
Who is it?
This is one of our sisters.
No, is this just a person?
Don't our sisters fall asleep to the podcast?
I think that a lot of people love the sound
Fall
of
asleep
our
to our
rich
voices.
Let's just
I think there's
slowly.
a lot of people dozing off right now, waiting for us to get into the next Darwin Award deaths.
So if you two who reviewed the podcast but left those, send us your email or send us your address at the Darwin Awards podcast at gmail.com. Adam's going to send you something from that he recovered from Amazon packages.
Yes.
We'll
You
just
don't
send
even
it
know
to
how many adult diapers I have. I could send those anytime.
One guy got a big box of balloon pumps, and then this guy Dan last week, who it happened. This guy, the guy you sent that package to with all the DVDs, it arrived on his birthday. His wife wrapped it up like a birthday present and gave it to him during his birthday dinner.
That's amazing.
He sent us a picture of him with the package on his birthday dinner, surrounded by his family, like they're all smiling.
I think I know where I'm going to send the next one. I have a good one. I have something good.
Okay. All right, let's get started on this week's nonsense.
Send them the witch crystals. Maddie asked Dad if she could have the witch crystals.
I don't have any rich. I don't know. Dad has that stuff, not me.
Dad has witch crystals?
I've got good things.
Mm.
No,
All right.
Maddie has them now.
We have to decide who's going first this week because we got all out of whack. Since Ben hasn't been here, let's just let Ben go
let
first.
him go.
All right. Well, I have what I believe to be a double whammy here. Not a double, like a 2-person. Just a dual meaning Darwin Award.
You know, you have me on edge because you did tell me this is the best story you've ever come across. So I'm excited to see.
Wow.
Yes, I never spoke those words out of my mouth. Adam is trying to shut down my story early on. I get it. I appreciate the competitiveness that you have. Nevertheless, this is the best story I've ever come across. This is a 35-year-old man out of Syracuse, New York City, the land of opportunity.
Wait, is that where Syracuse is? The college?
Yeah, that's where it is.
I had no clue.
No,
You didn't
that's
know?
in California.
No, Syracuse, the college is in New York.
I know. That's why I'm reading a story from Syracuse. Around 6:15 p.m., dinner time, police officers responded to a call for a shooting. I mean, that probably happens a lot in New York.
Mm-hmm.
All the cities. All the cities across the United States. We're just a gun-happy people.
Not Salt Lake too much. When the officers arrived, they found the man, later identified as Marshall. He was in an altercation or fighting with someone else in the household. Marshall had shot himself in the nuts.
Oh, I don't think he did that on purpose.
No.
Yeah, he's angry.
He was involved in an argument with another male inside the building when he accidentally shot himself with his gun. So I'm assuming he's just trying to intimidate or possibly kill this man. And he accidentally shot himself in the groin.
You know what he did? He had it tucked in his pants. He lifted up his shirt to show it and shot himself, or tried to pull it out and shot himself.
Could be.
That's
Could
definitely.
be.
That'd be the best. What if a gangbanger approached you with a gun and actually shot himself in the balls?
Would you laugh?
I would laugh so hard.
I think that's when you
It's
like stop being scared and instantly go into like, this is very funny.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
are not tough. I'd kick
So
him
in the
right in
past,
the balls after that.
we've had people shoot themselves in the groin or ignore injuries to their groins and
die.
not even die. They've eliminated themselves
Oh,
from
yes.
reproducing. And so, but he did die.
This guy bled out. He definitely bled out.
Yeah, he died.
Ooh.
So not only, even if he didn't die, he eliminated himself from the gene pool, but then he also eliminated himself.
You can still reproduce with one. What if he hit one? You know,
I don't
he
know.
can still go with one. We know people who live with one, just no problem.
We know, yeah, we do.
You can make it work.
They don't seem to be reproducing. Hey,
They probably could, though, right?
if this
I mean,
guy
theory.
puts his death on tombstone, I would go visit that. I would go find his tombstone if I could find it.
I don't know how he would put it on there,
Well,
but
you know, if his family died, accidentally shot himself in the groin. That'd be great. I would go visit that tombstone.
We could do this, guys. We could do this. We need to create these tombs and put them up ourselves. Pretend people were buried there. Just put up tombstones.
No, we just need like a little cardboard cutout with a little stick in the back, and you just place it in front of their grave every so often. Like, this guy used to, this is how he really died.
Have you seen those tombstones that are like shaped like things? You know, like I saw one that was shaped like Godzilla once.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So
I've never seen anything like that, though.
what about this one
Usually
being
just
shaped? What
crosses.
would you shape this one like?
A gun. I don't know.
A grocery bag with one watermelon in it.
Stop. All right. Well,
Okay, excellent story. Adam, do you want to go next or what?
just move on.
Sorry, I'm back.
No.
Did you guys see the story, by the way? We'll bring this up on Patreon. Did you see the story of the guy who was eating a leg? They found eating a
Dude,
leg.
I did see
Yeah.
that story, and I saw a video too, and I was disgusted by it.
That is a great story. We got to talk about that.
Ugh.
The video I saw was blurred, thank goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, mine's blurred too.
Mine was not blurred. I'll share that one with you.
Oh,
How did
sweet.
you find a non-blurred?
I don't know.
You'd have to probably seek that out.
Probably because I was like on a
Weirdo.
Chinese website somewhere.
Guess what state it happened in? But you can't guess.
California love.
Everybody who said Florida in their heads, you have no idea what California is like.
What they're capable of. I'm just going to
Adam,
go
you
ahead
want to go
and
next?
read the headline that comes out of Australia here, and then the criticism can come. Father of 3 dies from snake bite while trying to remove venomous snake from child care center.
You monster.
It's horrible.
Wow.
How
It's
could
just
I?
rescuing children. Just rescuing children,
Wow.
and you're going to...
And just minutes before we started, you said, this is the best story you've ever found
I said
in
the
the
best
history of this podcast.
No, I said best story tonight. I said.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So 1 week, Adam brings a guy who's trying to rescue his father's ashes and
yes.
dies in a fire. And then now Adam's bringing a guy who's trying to rescue children at an elementary school.
Hold on.
I feel like there's
preschool
another
route.
one in there somewhere.
I wasn't here last week, but who brought the suicide story from the air balloon?
I think that was me.
Okay. Dang
We
it.
didn't know it was suicide though, at the
No.
time.
I know, but it would have been funnier for the joke.
Yeah, sorry. I should have said that.
I did bring something
You
else
should've
in
just said
between
that.
that was a little as well. All right, well, and that one won, okay? The fireman, the guy who got his dad's ashes. Okay, this guy's 47, and he's from Australia, Queensland, and he was bit by a snake known as the eastern brown snake. A little background on this snake. It is the second most deadly snake on land, just so you know.
What's the first most deadly snake on land?
Oh, actually,
Black
it
mamba.
did say it on here, actually.
Black mamba?
It's the inland taipan. That's what it says. That's
Something
That's what the second
not-
most.
I like the eastern brown snake myself.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Do you?
It's brown, and it just looks like a brown snake. But it kills the most people in Australia. It is the most deadly snake in Australia. Causes most deaths. So there we go. Hopefully this guy would have known that by now, but he didn't. So what this man did, he's attempted to remove a snake that, yes, was in a child care facility, but not during hours. It was after hours he found the snake. And his wife and 2 children, who are older, married, work there. So they said, okay. They all work
So was he or was he not rescuing children?
Because what if
he wasn't moving children out of the way to get a snake.
What if his kid said, Dad, we found a snake here. I don't know what to do.
They said, Daddy,
I'll come get it. So it's not
Yes.
so it's not here in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, I'll come
I'll
get it.
come to get it. And then when he sees it's, eastern brown snake, maybe he's like, okay, I'm not going to mess with the snake. It kills people every day. But no. Instead, he tried to remove it himself and got bit 3 times trying to remove it, which isn't very successful, honestly.
Don't you think the second
anybody could have done that, right?
Well, the second it bites you, you leave. You go to the hospital.
Well, he didn't kill it. He eventually killed it and put it in a bag and brought it home.
After being bit 3 times.
Wait, he just went home? He didn't go to the hospital?
Actually, it doesn't even say he killed it. What it says is he then drove back to his home with the snake in his bag to tell his wife about it. So his wife didn't even know about it. So he went to go tell her about it.
I'm wondering, Australians here, we have a lot of you as our listeners. Do you take some course in school where
spiders and snakes?
These are the deadly things?
That's funny.
Like, we don't need to here, but in Australia, everything's deadly. I'm sure they all know what not to touch.
I think removing an eastern brown snake sounds like a euphemism for pooping, right? I'm gonna go remove the old eastern brown snake right now.
It is now. Minutes. If it wasn't before, it is now.
That was the longest eastern brown snake I've ever seen.
I took a picture. You guys want to see it? Put it in this plastic bag and brought it home.
Come on.
This is beneath us.
Yeah.
No. This is right where we sit down. This is right on our level.
Well, his wife immediately called the paramedics when he found out he was bit. But by the time the paramedics arrived, he needed to start having CPR on him, where he then died because he.
Do you think that the wife here was the one saying, "You idiot! What?" Like,
oh, definitely, because she tried to bandage his arm, and she's the one that had to start CPR on him. I think,
immediately, it was like, "What?" And he was like, "That's fine.
I got the snake, guys.
Do this all the time."
I mean, that's when I do something manly. I immediately go and tell my wife, "Look at hey,
look at the spider I killed. Look at
the size of this thing.
I make fire. Look at me.
This eastern brown snake is bigger than you realize."
Well, they give a little precaution here. If you get bit by a snake, assume it's venomous while you're in Australia.
Always assume.
Same with spiders. Same with spiders there.
The snake, I want to share with you, what does this snake look? The picture they have is great.
Oh, they have a picture
if
of
I
snake?
saw a snake like that, I would be like,
is it like the one that I have on my phone of my eastern brown snake? No. Okay. Oh, wow. I assume that thing would kill you. Look at that. Look at kill you by looking at you.
This is looking at
it. Doesn't look friendly.
Here's another version of it, a little tongue.
Oh my gosh, it's like a sidewinder.
I don't have another picture of him, but
okay. You just brought back a memory I didn't realize I have from Funworks.
Why did Bing
roll the balls? Play the game Sidewinder. You guys remember that game?
No.
No way.
No.
I assume it's something you twist back and forth and try.
Yes. Come on, we spent years at Funworks.
No, I know. You guys went to Funworks like every day.
Work that place.
Australian story. Well, guess what? I have an Australian story as well.
Yeah, what does it involve? Black
I don't want to give it away. That's it. Someone being bit by a spider. A croc. Let's see. Well, I'll bring that. That's the story. We got story number 3. So let's take a quick break and we'll come back with number 3.
It was a dark night in January, just a few years ago, when 3 brothers set out to create a podcast. What they did not know was that it would ultimately lead to their gruesome and untimely deaths. For just $5 per month, you can listen to the details behind their murders and other accounts of people dying in mysterious ways. Join me for these fascinating news stories on the Patreon and archived episodes of the Darwin Awards podcast. Click on the link below for more details.
Okay. Well, guess what? It's a treat for you. My story's also out of Australia. 2 out of 3 stories is out of Australia this week.
A lot of dummies over there, right?
Yes. This one is
Just
actually
kidding.
sent to
We
us
love you.
by Mel.
You
Mel,
didn't
who is...
even you didn't even entertain us with like stupid YouTube people that comment. Did there were no?
No,
Stupid
we had
people?
plenty of YouTube people. It seems like every comment we get is like, wow, making fun of dead people, guys? Wow, really, guys,
How-
making fun of dead people? Wow.
Joe, I encourage you to keep responding the way you are because I found a new love for it. I want these stupid woke people to go ahead and keep commenting because Joe, you have the perfect response every time. Like, yes.
Why
yes,
is it
this
okay to
what we
not make fun of dead people? Is it better to make fun of live people? That's even more insulting. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
true. That is true.
It hurts them.
Yes.
They're dead now. Who cares?
Yeah, I really I only delete comments here and there once in a while when they have nothing to do with. They're just like, you guys are a bunch of
Spam.
neckbeards, stuff like that.
Don't delete
I
those.
don't even know
Leave
what that
them up.
means.
Don't delete comments. Leave the neckbeards up.
I don't want to encourage more of that behavior.
None of us have a neckbeard.
I think I'm outgrow one, like Brigham Young.
I don't know if you can grow a beard, Joe.
I don't think you
No, that's the only reason why I don't want to go on Survivor. I feel like
can. That's the only reason.
that my face would break out in a rash.
Didn't you submit like a video for Survivor?
Yeah, for season 28 or was it 23? I can't remember.
I didn't submit a video, but if I did, that'd be hilarious. I stood in
Why don't-
line. Okay, I stood
You know
in line
what?
and I got
Let's
to
do this.
I tried
Let's-
out.
Let's all submit a video for Survivor, but let's talk up our own little skills. See who has the best video submission.
No,
We
for
got-
alone.
You got to be unique though.
No, I wouldn't attempt that
I can't believe
because I
Sam's
actually
goal thing.
respect the TV show alone.
Look, we are straight white men. No one's gonna put us on Survivor. Okay, nobody gives a crap about us. We have to have something weird about us. Maybe if you turn trans or something.
I don't know if you know this, Joe, but we are Native American.
We'll talk that one.
Our
up.
instincts are inside. We need to bring them out.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's go back to the story. This one's out of Australia. It was sent to us by our favorite Australian listener, Mel, who anytime she finds a story, she sends it our way. So
Hey,
this
whoa. She's our favorite Australian listener. That's really a statement. That's broad. Like, come on. I mean,
Can you think of another Australian listener?
her husband.
Adam
Maybe?
just looks at Adam just looks at the numbers. He
shit.
knows how many people are listening from Australia, and those are all his favorite.
Yeah.
She messages us more than anybody out of Australia. Okay.
Well, great.
Okay, so this the title of this article is Noosa Sound Bridge Tragedy as Man Dies Jumping Off. Noosa Sound, I think, is a place. So it's a bridge tragedy. This guy
Why does that sound like a
It sounds like Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Yes.
Misa.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. Jar Jar Binks.
Yes. Misa sound.
It's a bridge tragedy as somebody jumped off. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is
Jumping
not a
off a
suicide.
bridge, Joe? Come on.
This is not a suicide. Okay. He was
I mean,
jumping
you
off.
did bring a suicide last week, jumping
Yeah, he brings a good
out
point.
of a balloon.
It is reported that the man who died was presumed to be a tourist, and he's among a group who were taking turns jumping from the bridge. Plus, we have a picture. It doesn't look like suicide to me. Let me show you.
How old was this guy? At what point do you stop jumping off of bridges?
30.
Fair.
Just my guess.
This is the man. Well, one of these
Which
men.
one?
They're like-
There's 8 of
It
them.
looks
Well-
like, no, I see 3 girls.
And then you've got
maybe.
the self-righteous girl in the middle taking all the attention. I'll be in the middle. Boys on
Self-righteous.
side.
I think that's not the way how you describe it. But
They're all her Instagram model picture taker.
Do we know which one of these 9 people standing died?
That's like 20 feet. That's not high
I
at
know,
all.
it's not that.
I think it's this guy right here in the middle. I think.
What is going on here?
Okay, let me read it, okay? Here we go. Okay, so when he failed to emerge from the water, his friends immediately began a frantic search before contacting emergency services. Unfortunately, here it is. After completing one jump, he returned to the bridge for another attempt. Unfortunately, he lost his footing while crossing the railing and struck his head on the descent.
On what? One of those CCTV cameras or that block underneath?
The block underneath would be bad.
I'm assuming it's the block underneath. I'm assuming it's the...
Yeah,
the
it looks
underneath.
like it protrudes a few more feet out than the rest of the structure.
Yes, there's like... Okay, so those of you who are just listening and not watching on YouTube, which we do not stream live on YouTube, we just post videos from time to time.
We will eventually. We haven't...
Hey, Joe, do you got a problem with that advertisement of electric scooter to the right of you?
Oh, look, it's the unicycle that we talked about before.
Electric unicycle?
Electric unicycle, I want one. No, okay, so let me read some more of this article. Despite cautions, it could lead to a serious injury. Like, police have warned you can't jump against. This is prohibited. A jump off this bridge. It has remained a popular tourist activity.
How is that a tourist activity? It's the smallest freaking bridge. Like,
Is
this all there is to do in town? It doesn't even... That just seems like a local activity.
Well, even the police officers quoted as saying, it's not the height of the bridge that makes it dangerous. It's the way that they can fall. It only takes a fall a couple meters to seriously injure somebody, especially when you hit your head.
Well, we'll see that now.
Freaking whatever.
Do you think the local Australian people, the locals in this area, hang around this bridge just to watch tourists jump off?
Well, there's some people standing over there. You see people backpacks standing over there.
Here comes another group of idiots.
Well,
There's
he's
probably a line back there of other people waiting to jump off.
He said there's also danger in hitting boats. Because you can see there's boats out there. Boats will come by underneath, and I could see somebody jumping off and hitting a boat, too.
Okay, I don't mean to derail this, but this reminds me of, you know that Beatles cover where they're walking across the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Abbey Road one.
There's a live stream of Abbey Road, and there's all the time, like every 30 seconds, people posing pictures. How irritated would you be as a local driver there? Like,
well, you would know you don't take that street.
You don't cross
that
Abbey
street?
Road.
Yeah, I guess you just don't go down there.
Don't even go there.
I'd be so mad if that's the road I had to take.
So near where we lived, out in Washington before, the Goonies house was out there, the famous house from the movie Goonies. And all around it was whoever owned it put signs like "stay off property." It was their house, and they were just like so tired of people coming and just wandering around on their porch at the Goonies house. I bet the Napoleon Dynamite house gets kind of the same treatment.
No, I know they had that with the Home Alone house. They had that problem.
Yep.
As well. And then it went up for sale, I heard, a couple of years ago.
I was in the Napoleon Dynamite town, and we couldn't find the house. We stopped at the high school, and we went and swung on the... We went and played...
So,
tried to play.
So you're the people you're being annoyed about right now.
What is that?
We tried to find it.
I know what you're saying. What sport with the pole? And
Tetherball.
Tetherball, yeah.
But yeah, we were right there where the tetherball pole courts were.
And I'm sure you hit it just
you
like
can tell your
Napoleon
grandchildren
did.
about this.
I think I posted on Instagram that dreams really do come true or something like that. I can't remember.
Your mom goes to college.
Speaking of Napoleon Dynamite, did you see someone who made replica of the time machine and they put it in Goodwill for people to find?
The one Uncle Rico used.
Yeah.
These
They
are
boxed it up as a
ideas.
time
That's a
machine.
good
These
idea.
are things that we do. Why aren't we doing this anymore?
I don't know.
This is
We're too old.
fantastic.
You know this.
No, we're not. This is exactly what
Maybe
we
it's
need
because
to
the
do.
moment we get home from golf and you guys all freaking fall asleep. Huh? How about that?
Hey,
Maybe
don't,
that's why.
Okay.
don't lump me in with that.
Hey, hold on here.
Maybe if you could have a little more razzmatazz and a little more energy, we can go do some things.
Look, I don't have a water timer at the moment, but one day I will, and I'll get to your energy, all right?
You know, Ben, we talked about while you were gone. Maybe we do the same Brothers Weekend, but one day we don't golf, but we do something interesting.
I mean, you're right. I'll find a way to not participate.
Yeah, why can't you just participate? You know how ticked I was going to be at you, Ben, if you didn't show up to watch some basketball with us? 'Cause I was like, bro says...
Couldn't this be a Patreon thing?
No.
We get back to the podcast.
Bro says,
Here we
well, I'll
go.
go golf with you guys. I'm like, oh, you have time to go golf with
And
us, but
you
not just
said-
hang out. I couldn't hang out
And you
with
said no. And I was like, well, they don't really want to be around me.
Oh, only no. That's the opposite. I texted you 1,000 times until you finally showed up. It's you who didn't want to come unless we were golfing. But I'm glad you came. I'm glad you. Although you left without saying goodbye, you're just like I was like,
I
where's
said
Ben?
it very loudly
You just took
3
off.
times. You're the one
See
who
ya.
was still just like interested in the basketball
You
game.
know, he was downstairs trying to release a brown snake. He was busy. Joe wasn't there.
That happened upstairs, and it was with paper towels
Excuse
in the
me.
bathroom. For some reason.
Eastern brown snake.
Sorry. Yeah, they're like 2 meters. All right, so should we move on to lightning round?
I guess so.
2 meters is 6 feet, by the way, Adam. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay. In the lightning round, we're all going to bring a teaser of a headline of a story, and we'll vote on the one we want to add to our first 3 stories. And Josiah, you will bring your headline first.
Mine has to do with a thief trying to steal something shocking.
Okay.
Great. Mine has to do with Transformers.
So you have the same story. Great.
More than meets the eye. There's more than meets the eye to this story.
You know, I have headlines that I could bring up that have shocking details as well. But there's a never ending. Not what do we call it? Not shortage. Is there not a shortage?
There's a
What do you call
drought.
it? An excess. There's an
Excess
amount
of
of
Supply.
people that think they are Superman when their car's rolling downhill.
Oh, yes, okay. I thought you were going to say flying, but I understand. It's their strength of Superman.
Okay.
Well, these sound like 3 winners. I don't know which to choose.
I like the tease of Transformers.
I don't know. Your headline's pretty shocking. Like, what could you...
What do you say, Ben?
I'll flip a coin.
Yeah. Flip a coin for us, Ben. You got a coin available? I call tails.
Fine, I call heads.
Heads,
Heads,
Joe.
Since it is. All right. This story is truly shocking. It's out of Barranquilla, which I have no idea where this is. I'm assuming it's in Mexico. I got to get to Mexico. They have this new wacky president that I really want to go see. Have you heard about him?
Did Fox die?
No, Fox was president like 30 years ago. This guy is he has this new strategy towards the cartel. It's hugs, not bullets.
Where's it out of again, Joe?
I think this is out of Mexico, I believe. I'm not sure.
Did you say Barranquilla?
Barranquilla.
Yeah. After this, before we start the Patreon, I want you to watch the text I sent you.
Okay. This man dies while trying to steal underground cables. It happened just this afternoon. In a tragic episode that occurred, guys, and that occurred on the afternoon of Thursday, March 21st, actually a few days ago, I guess.
This
You know,
cannot-
it would
this
be
is not
tragic for
Mexico.
everyone else that probably stopped a railroad. No one else can get on a train for hours, probably. Yeah, it is tragic.
This can't be Mexico. There is no such thing as underground wires.
You're right. Everything's way up above ground. I'm sorry I don't know where this is.
Barranquilla.
I mean, it does.
Barranquilla.
Oh, it's Colombia.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's see. He was trying to steal meters of cable, like long electric cables, and he died due to electric shock.
Well, 2 meters is like 6 feet.
Yes, very.
He was fried to a pulp. His name was Edward David, and it
Sounds not.
has
Colombian.
generated a shock in the local community. They report-
Oh, good one.
Hey, there it is. Says
Bingo.
it right there. Also, what a promising first name, disappointing last name.
Yeah, I know.
Edwin David.
People who have their first names as last names, I don't trust those people. It's weird. It's like, my name is David Joseph. David Joseph what? You know? Witnesses claim that it was not the first time that the man carried out this type of criminal maneuvers.
How do they know? All these witnesses
witnesses.
watching all his crimes?
They just sitting around watching.
I saw him do this in the last
There goes
city I was
Edwin
at.
David again.
This guy's good. He's wearing a
He
vest.
actually
like
had a nickname, El Purri. I don't know
what does that mean, Joe?
I've no idea. El
Yes, you do.
Purri?
Look it
It
up.
says El Purri. No idea what that means.
Essentially,
El Puri.
It's a furry.
Yeah. Anyway, here's a nice little
I like how they
Screenshot of
You know how
the-
they legal
picture.
that? It's down there. Scroll back down. Then they say he attempted illegal theft of the wiring. Is there a legal theft of wiring that I'm not familiar with?
A fun fact: these underground tunnels used to be drug routes by Cuban cartel,
Oh.
so they just transformed those into
Was this Colombia? Was
You
this
got
Cuba?
it, yeah.
Or was it?
I think we've talked enough about the story.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow, I can't wait for the recap.
Let's do a quick recap.
Recap.
Story number 1 was a story of a man who shot himself in the balls on accident, and he bled out and died. Story number 2 was a removal of an eastern brown snake from preschool.
That's now going to be funny for forever.
The eastern brown snake. Let's see, and then we had the another Australia story of the tourist jumping into jumping from a bridge and losing his footing and hitting his head, and then we had the shocking story of the man stealing underground cables. Okay, let's have a vote. Ben, you get to vote first.
I am voting for my story first, but I will say that I found this story last minute before the podcast, and Joe and Adam had already had it, and they kind of let me go first because I haven't been here in a few weeks. So I think it's a vote for all of you.
Oh, it's a vote for all of us. So
you probably would have brought the story.
All
if I
for
didn't.
one.
Classic Ben. Been doing
vote.
this podcast for like 4 years. Forgets
Just
to
a
say,
musketeer.
Forgets to say
Right.
what story he's voting for. He just says my
said-
story because in his mind
Okay.
it's just my
The
story.
guy who shot himself in the balls trying to be an aggressor in a fight.
That is a part of the story we didn't really discuss. He was fighting someone. Well, maybe he was fighting for his life though. Ben, what if he was defending himself? We
He
don't know.
wasn't. He wasn't.
Okay, Adam, you're up next.
I'm definitely going to go with the eastern brown snake. Everyone knows they're deadly. You can ask my wife. You know, she knows they're deadly.
My wife doesn't have a sense of smell,
gosh.
so
Oh gosh, I can't vote for that now.
my
That's
wife's
disgusting.
immune to the eastern brown snake. She can't
right.
smell.
Guys, we have to stop. That's too much. The reason why that's funny is because that actually works for snakes, like immunity, but it also works for the euphemism, which is funny.
Yeah, we know why the joke works, which is why we all laughed at it, Joe.
Okay, that's funny, guys, because I'm leaning towards the guy jumping off the bridge. I think I'm going to go with the guy jumping off the bridge in Australia. That's what I'm going to vote for.
He's
Classic.
purposely leaving it up to everyone else.
So we have a three-way
Couldn't go
tie.
Musketeers. Couldn't go Musketeers here
Sorry, guys.
whatsoever.
Okay, well, you get to vote. You
So
get
we
to
all
choose the
voted
outcome.
for our own.
yeah.
Okay.
So our patrons,
Please, what do you mean by that? Please explain your story, Adam.
yeah, we all voted for the one that we brought. Thank you,
Oh,
Ben.
sorry.
Patrons and non-patrons, you can vote. If you're a patron, just go to the freaking links below. There's Spotify. If you just scroll down on Spotify, you'll find the link to the poll. Or if you're anywhere else, you can just click on the link to our Patreon. It'll take you directly to the poll. Shouldn't be a problem.
And if you would like me to send you 10 selfie sticks or something similar,
Hey,
leave a
that's not
review.
bad.
You know,
Don't you
Yeah.
have like 150 cork boards or something
I
like
do. Those are more expensive to mail. I did get rid of all my little pill containers I had. It
those
was
pill
like
containers?
Somebody bought like all 150. So there you go.
Okay, well, let's talk about the bonus episode, guys.
I have a man that died while making popcorn in his microwave. How, you might say? Well, you have to find out.
I have a classic insertion story to share with you.
Of course you do.
Mhm.
Of course you do.
And I also have a cannibal story out of California that I can't wait to share with you.
All right, we need to discuss what this the exorcism story is all about, Joe.
Oh, yeah, we have that, too.
I know you saw it. I saw it. And also, fun fact, motorcycles and speed bumps don't mix.
I have a story
Right.
that'll get you guys both irritated. I'm just going to share a screen and see if you guys can figure out what this is going to be about.
Why a California police department is replacing suspects' faces with Lego heads.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, we all know why, but it doesn't matter. Let's talk about it in a second.
Oh, my gosh.
Society's falling.
Adam, did you read the Lego head story? Do you know the details behind it?
Yeah, I did.
Is it as infuriating as we think it's going to be?
Definitely is.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's hear about it.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. In a message posted Monday, the police department explained on January 1st a new law restricted how and when law enforcement agencies can share photos or mugshots. So the images of involved